Hello and welcome to the Hutcheson House Reacts. I am Leah Marlene Hutcheson, you guessed it. And on this channel, we're going to talk about hot topics. We're going to talk about the news. We're going to talk about weird things, interesting things, emotional intelligence, politics, dare I say. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to have the uncomfortable conversation so that we can make communication possible again, right? So we don't always have to agree. But on this channel, this is going to be a place where we really exercise freedom of thought, freedom of speech, and freedom of sharing ideas and concepts, and also freedom to evolve and maybe even change our minds. Because when we learn from one another, we might gain a new perspective. How about that? And maybe we'll even adopt our perspective more, and that's okay too. But regardless where you are, or if we agree or disagree, I welcome you. I welcome you to the conversation. Please subscribe. Please smash that subscribe button. Actually, I don't know if you want to smash it. It might smash your computer or your phone. You might want to just delicately, delicately press the subscribe button and then hit the notification bells. Okay. Or I think there's just one bell, but you could make some bells for yourself. So to launch this party off, we are going to react to an ad that Nicole Shanahan put out. Maybe you know her. She was running as the VP for RFK Jr., but now the MAHA team, Make America Healthy Again, has joined the MAGA movement, Make America Great Again. Now, that might have already triggered you if you're like, America's already great, so why are we going to make it great again? Or we hate the MAGAs. And this channel is no hate, okay? It's love only. So perspective, this might give you some perspective. If you agree or disagree, please let me know. I'm very curious. Okay, let's watch it, shall we?
Across the Atlantic in the North American country of the United States lies a fascinating and often misunderstood collective. From its northeastern cities to its midwestern towns to its expansive west, this courageous group of individuals are most notably known for their unwavering patriotism. Join us as we explore the fascinating world of the MAGA people. As we embarked on our journey, we were judicious in taking all necessary precautions. Our media had warned us that these were a vicious, radical, and even deplorable people. Contrary to what we had been told, we found the MAGA people to be warm, loving, and even rather cheeky at times. As we spent time with the MAGA people, we learned that their mantra, Make America Great Again, is an optimistic belief that the United States will once again prosper by returning to its founding principles of a government by and for the people. Under these beliefs, the MAGA people strive to protect America's Constitution, freedom of its citizens, health of its people, and a yearning to restore the American dream that existed not so long ago. Notice their rather wholesome, familial demeanor. They often talk about their love of family, the importance of truth, and a desire for basic human rights. As they strive to uphold the peace and harmony throughout their communities, the MAGA people are insistent on protecting their borders. However, they are not inherently confrontational, as they advocate for ending the wars and military presence abroad. Further observations reveal that MAGA people come from all walks of life, including farmers and ranchers, family-owned businesses, entrepreneurs, health advocates, blue-collar workers, and military servicemen. And just recently, the MAGA people joined forces with another group, the MAHA people. Together, the MAGA and MAHA have started a movement to make America healthy again. As we departed back to our native land, we couldn't help but reflect on all that the MAGA people had taught us. Once perceived as a dangerous and barbaric group, we found ourselves feeling enlightened by the MAGA's moral, ethical, and honest ways of life. One could only hope that a similar movement would eventually emerge for us.
Okay. So, what did you think of that? I like it for a few different reasons. As an acting teacher, I like it because it reminds me, it has that vibe of like, remember when you would watch, well, nowadays, it depends how old you are. If you're my age or older, you probably remember watching those old timey videos in like social studies class, like in middle school or something like that. And it had that feel. So I like the vibe of it. And Nicole Shanahan said that these were very small budgets. That commercial cost like $8,000 to shoot. Honestly, you could do something like that with, your phone nowadays, and that's very exciting. But I like, I mean, obviously not exactly what they did. They had aerial shots and stuff like that, but I like the tone of what they did. I really like how they showed a lot of different types of people, because the thing that bothers me the most is this stereotype that anybody who wants to make America healthy again, anyone who wants to make America great again, and what that really means is just having those values and having these conversations and being able to disagree with people, but talk policies to go back to what works. Like when RFK Jr.'s dad and uncle were alive, if you were a part of that era. I've heard a lot of Democrats speak very highly, and Republicans too, of that era. So that's really what Donald Trump is talking about when he says make America great again. It's not this idea of going back into a time when people didn't have rights. No, that's not at all what it is. And so what I liked about this ad is that it shows all different types of people. I should have got some lip gloss on there for a second. It shows all different types of people, even people who are very thirsty and need chapstick, and they're good people. So that's the point of that ad, is to shine light, because I know, especially as being an artist, a lot of times people think you have to think just one way, but that's the antithesis of art. That's actually not art at all if you have to think exactly how everybody thinks. Now, I wouldn't align with anybody who I thought was a racist. So that's number one. And nobody in that ad appeared like the stereotypical MAGA supporters that you see mainstream depicting a lot. And I think that's where a lot of the division and fear is coming from. Because who would want, a racist? Nobody. And so when people go, oh my gosh, they're so brainwashed into wanting a racist, that's not what it is at all. So I think that ad depicts it. So whether or not you don't, whether or not you like Trump's policies or not, that we can talk about. But let's move past this gossip, like fourth grade kind of attitude of making up stories about people, because I don't believe that they're true. And so I'd rather stay with policy, because here's the thing, all politicians lie. So I heard some commentator, I think it was on CNN, saying that we should vote on personality and not on policy. I couldn't disagree more. I think we should vote on policy and not on personality, although personality is important because this person is representing all of us. The person is representing you and me, right? As if you live in the United States and you're a citizen, the president is representing us, whether you like them or not. They're a representative talking with world leaders. And so this idea that, if you like Trump or making America prosperous again or healthy or any of these things, then you're a racist, I think is very, well, it's just a lie. It's not true. And so I think that this ad really shows more of who the MAGA people are, and that they're a nice cross section of all different types of people. So let me know what you think. And this is really just a time in my life. It was just my birthday this week. And I thought, you know what? I have edited myself so much and I'm done. I support people who even think differently than me, and I help coach them and do all sorts of things. So I also believe that I have a voice, and I live in a free country where we can talk about these things. At least right now we can, kind of ish, right? So we can disagree, we can agree, but let me know your thoughts so we can at least have a conversation. I think Nicole Shanahan is doing some really good work. I'll just put it right out there right now. I'm not here to tell you what to think, but I am going to share what I think. And then I invite you to share in the conversation. That's what the Hutcheson House is all about. The Hutcheson House is honoring all conversations, especially the tough ones. You know, the whole reason we have freedom of speech is so that we can talk about the hard conversations, not the ones that everyone agree upon, right? So I think that that ad was really well done for a few different reasons. Style, I'm a director as well. So I liked the style of it. I thought that was very creative, but I thought that it really showed what the MAGA people are all about. It's been really frustrating for me because I do like many of the Trump policies. And so trying to explain that to some people, they just immediately brush you off as being, you know, somebody who doesn't care about people. And that's not true because, see, I come from a farming and ranching family. So food comes from farmers. Trump's policies support the farmers. They support our food. He supports so many other things that are actually really good. But because so many people have defamed and slandered him as being a racist, you're not even allowed to care about these policies that will literally bring food to the table in many more ways than one. So that's one of the reasons why I like that ad, is because it shows and it supports the farmer. It also shows that, you know, MAGA people are people. So what I hope with this channel is that we can come together and realize, even if we disagree, even if you think MAGA people aren't people, they're aliens or something, that you can realize that they're people with different perspective. They're often the farmers who provided the food that you're going to be eating today. So let's all come together and join together in the conversation and not be so divided. Because after all, when we say the pledge allegiance to the flag, right? My daughter is 7 and they don't even do it in public schools anymore. And I'm wondering, because at first they said they don't say the pledge allegiance because it sold flags and it was marketing for flags. Well, everything's marketing for something. I mean, give me a break. School is marketing for books and all sorts of things, right? So that argument doesn't really bode well with me. And then I heard, well, it's because it says under God and we can't say under God. Well, why can't you just say under love then? And for the people that believe in God, like me, I actually want to keep God in there, but love is God. God is love. But if that's the main issue, but now I'm starting to begin to think it's not the under God part, it's not the flag part, it's the part that says, if you don't know, it's I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to its republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So is it because we're being so divided now that we can't say indivisible, with liberty and justice for all? That's what I believe in, liberty and justice for all. So welcome to this channel. This is going to be a fun ride. Let me know what you think about that MAGA People ad, whether you maybe could see into the MAGA people a little bit more, if you're anti-MAGA, and if you're pro-MAGA, if you liked it, if you agree with Nicole Shanahan and RFK Jr. joining the MAHA movement, joining the MAGA movement, and let's start the conversation on this hot topic. Thank you so much for being here. This is the first video I'm posting on this channel. Welcome, welcome. Please subscribe, share, comment, all the things. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.